everybody, it's Laquita here. Hope you all are doing well and having a great year so far. This is my first video for the year, and so what I wanted to share with you was a couple of projects that I'm making for Jean Wragg's challenge. And she's hosting a challenge that's called 3 in 1, and I will leave a link below so that you can go over and check out all of the details. And also, if you're not familiar with Jean, you'll definitely want to take a look at some of her videos. She is such an awesome, sweet lady, and she does such beautiful work. I just enjoy looking at everything that she makes. So please go over and take a look if you're not familiar with her. So the challenge, she's asking for a minimum of 4 vintage buttons, or you can do beaded dangle, charm, or you could do a small pincushion. So I decided to give her the buttons and to do the pincushion. So I have put my buttons on a little snippet roll, which I have in this little pouch right here. So what I did is I just have some curtain fabric that I just made a little simple little pouch out of, and I've just embellished it with a little bit of fibers and some seam binding, a few snippets from some doilies, and a little tiny rolled flower right there, and a couple little applique pieces, and I've added the word memories and a couple of buttons. And this button here is from my friend Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. And so I have made the little snippet roll to go inside, and it's a pretty tiny little snippet roll. It fits right in the palm of my hand. It's about it's less than 2 inches across, and so you can see that it's on a little wooden spool right there. And so I have the buttons that are just attached to the roll. So I have it tied together with a little bit of sari trim that I've just torn a strip of sari silk, and then I have it, let me get it unrolled here so you can see the whole thing. So here's the little spool at the end here. It's a little wooden spool, and I just ran the sari silk through the opening there on the spool, and then I've covered the spool with a little bit of fabric, and then you can see the little snippet roll. It's about an inch wide, and then you can see there's all kinds of little things attached to it. There's little fabric flowers, embroidered flowers, and there's little pieces of lace and appliques, and then you'll see the buttons that are attached here and there. And then at the very end, I've just added this beaded dangle right there. So that is the little snippet roll, and it's finished on the back with just some lace. It's actually a lace fabric that I cut and put on the back. And the buttons I put on last, so if you snip off, just snip the little threads that are holding the button on, Jean, you'll be able to get them off really easy, and it won't disturb anything else that's on the snippet roll. The buttons are sewn on all by themselves, so nothing else will come apart when you snip the buttons off. So that is the little snippet roll with the buttons. And now let me show you the pin cushion. So the pin cushion, first of all, let me show you. This is what I got to make my pin cushion on. I was walking around in Joann Fabrics, and I found these chairs, and it's a set of 2 chairs and a table. And so I decided to alter the chair and turn it into a pin cushion. So this is what I came up with. And I've padded the back of the chair, and also the seat is padded. That's why you can get the pins in there, and you can get the pins into the back. So let me get those out of the way for now. And then I've added this beautiful trim around the bottom. And the fabric that I've covered the chair with, I got off of an Etsy shop. And then the trim around the bottom came from a fabric store in San Diego where my son lives. And so wouldn't you know, it was a perfect match when I got the fabric just a few weeks ago. I got this fabric before I even knew about the challenge, so I just was online shopping like we all do, and I saw it and thought it was pretty, and so when it came time to cover the chair, I was going through all my fabrics, and when I found this one, I thought this is the perfect fabric for the chair. Now, what am I going to put around the bottom? And then I had forgotten that I had gotten this stuff from San Diego, and it was a perfect match. So I just love the way the little chair turned out. And for the legs, I was not happy with these legs. They're kind of plain. So what I did was I took some silver filigree bead caps and covered just they just slide right over the legs like a cone. And then of course I painted them first, and then I have some copper paint, and I just lightly rubbed the copper paint over them to pick up the copper that's in the kind of the rose gold color that's in the fabric. And so that's what I used to cover all four legs. And it solved another problem that I had, because after I had put the fabric on the chair and I added the trim was too long for the chair. So by adding the bead caps, it gave me enough height to get the chair up tall enough so that the fringe hangs like it should now. So I was happy about that. So it's probably more information than you were expecting about this little chair, but then I also went around the edge with just a little bit of lace, and then on the back I have a beautiful bow jewelry piece that's in a rose gold, and it has a few little rhinestones in the center there, and then I've got a little bit of the lace trim hanging down across the back. So, and then of course I finished the back of the chair too with the same fabric. So that is my little pin cushion there. And then the other thing that she asked for was our information. She said to be sure and include our name and address. So I was going to do a fabric postcard, and then I thought about it, and I thought, well, if I'm doing miniature items here, I'm doing a small snippet roll and a small chair, I should do a small fabric card. So I decided to do a little miniature card, and it's actually the size of a business card. It's 2 inches by 3.5, and it does have my information on the back, but I just decorated it just as if it were, the fabric postcard size. And so I'm going to send that along, and that way she'll have my information. So those are the things that I'm going to send to Jean. And thank you, Jean, again for hosting such an awesome challenge. And also, thank you to all of my new subscribers. I have gained quite a few, and I'm so excited about it. Thank you so much for the support. And so until next time, everybody, take care. Bye.